Okay, so here are the two pieces after I painted everything in. I didn't want to bore you with all the painting details, and I can't figure out my editing program, so you're gonna have to bear with me while I figure out these videos. So anyway, there it is up to that point. Now we are going to work on the flaps. I'm going to show you how I do the flaps, and these are more of a mixed media thing. So I'm using a golden soft gel. You can use Mod Podge. Mine is just old and it's getting way down in the bottom of the container and it's kind of hard to deal with, so I thought this would be better. Just use some scrapbook papers, something that, you know, might be in the same, go with the same kind of coloring as the paints that you chose, but really it doesn't matter because you're going to end up using those same paints over it. And as in mixed media art, a lot of your papers get covered. They're not, you know, they're not focal pieces. So I try to stay away from a lot of like squared edges, straight edges, and I try to pull my paper so that you see sort of the white core in there. My water bottle is telling me it's time to drink. So anyway, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. So you want some text. I like interesting, there's kind of some Asian text. I have a book of French poetry somewhere. I like to use that. And English, but whatever you have. That's why it's fun to get Happy Mail from other countries. That's something that we do in my group. I mean, if you choose to. And it's fun to get in different languages. Even a phone book can look interesting from another country because they're just laid out differently. They have different formatting, and so they can look cool, where to you it's like, that's just a phone book, it's boring. But just someone who isn't used to seeing the formatting or the language, it's cool. So the other thing I like to use is a piece of map, and I couldn't find any maps, so I went to find some free printable maps, and I found this, and it'll work great because I'm just going to tear it up. And I like maps because these are going to be envelopes that are going to be traveling, so that seems like a sort of cool thing. We'll just okay, probably won't even need that many. So okay, so I have the cardstock, just like the rest of the body of the envelope. Just a big brush. You can use the foamy, you know, brush things, whatever. Just gonna lay some Mod Podge down, or whatever this is, gel medium. You can use a glue stick, but I just find it a little more cumbersome. I think this is easier if your paper isn't rolling around all over on you. So just kind of evenly, I mean, not, you know, evenly, but very random. You want it randomly placed, but so that it's sort of balanced, I guess I should say. So you want some scrapbook paper. you know, some regular text. I kind of go over it on the edges, but I don't really go over the whole thing with the brush for this kind of thing. And before you take up too much space, make sure you get some map in there. So this will make 6 flaps, and they'll be cut this direction, and then they will be adhered to the front, one of the front edges of the envelope, and then will be folded to the back. Doesn't matter if you overlap them. You just want their edges to be down, and you don't want things just in a line. Remember, try not to be too linear about it. But most of this is going to be covered up, you know, a fair amount. You're only going to see a little bit poking through, so, or peeking out, I should say. Don't put your text, you know, in every direction. Okay, that's good for that. Yikes, seriously. Thank goodness for my trusty old diaper rag. Okay, so you want that to dry.